Hello everyone and welcome back to Network 27. I'm Alderman Walter Burnett, Alderman of the 27th Ward. I'd like to thank everyone for watching Network 27. As you know, we've been doing this for over 25 years, trying to connect the community with resources and opportunities that's going on in our ward, but also in the city of Chicago. I'd like to thank everyone who helped me to put the show together. I'd like to inform folks about the Central Area Plan that's going on that I think everyone should get involved with. It's about how to encourage more opportunities and resources in the central area as it grows, and how to keep Chicago growing and be competitive with other cities. I think this is a great opportunity for young people in our society to really see how downtown connect to the rest of the city of Chicago, and how important it is that we keep the money flowing and things happening in the downtown area, so that that money can go to pay for other things throughout the city of Chicago. So this is a great opportunity for the young people. Please stay posted and look on the city's website for the other meetings that's coming up around the city of Chicago about the Central Area Plan. Also in the month of June, as you all know, it's Juneteenth Day. We need to celebrate when African Americans got the opportunity to recognize that they were free. So we need to celebrate that and recognize that, and I hope everyone get involved and make sure people learn and understand what happened at that time. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show. We are blessed in the 27th Ward to have 3 libraries that we have in our ward, but actually we helped to open up 4 libraries, which was, one was the New North Library, then they mapped it out of my ward. You know, they stole it from me. But we were responsible for getting that built. Mable Manning Library, for which we're in right now, was actually built right before I got elected. So I was here campaigning when I was running for office. Back in 1995.
Yeah,
right?
We were built in 94.
Yep, they built in 94. So I was campaigning in 94 and got elected in 95. So ladies and gentlemen, so we will start out with our guest. Our first guest is Alejandra Santana.
Yes. Yes.
She's the branch manager for Mable Manning Library.
I am.
We also have Roy Kinsey.
Yes, sir.
And Roy is the branch manager for Daley, Richard M. Daley Library.
Not the
Richard
branch
J.
manager, though.
Not the branch manager. I gave you a promotion.
Thank you. I'll take it.
You're welcome. We saying it. We're speaking it into existence.
Absolutely.
No offense to whoever the branch manager is.
Absolutely.
But he's over the Richard M. Daley Library. Folks need to recognize and understand that there's a Richard J. Daley Library on the south side in Bridgeport,
Correct.
but this one is in the West Humboldt Park area.
Absolutely.
And we were responsible for helping that library to be built. A lot of community folks gathered around and actually advocated for that library.
Absolutely.
And it has really been a great enhance for that community. And we also, Kendall, I hope I get this right. We have Kendall Kidder-Goshorn.
Kendall Kidder-Goshorn.
Oh, Kendall.
It was good though. It was
Kendall
a great attempt.
Kidder-Goshorn. And Kendall is the West Loop branch library manager.
Yeah.
And that's the newest library in our ward. And also the community really advocated to get that library built. And we were very excited about that. That was a deal that we cut with the McDonald's when it was built.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say, okay, you want to build this McDonald's? You need to help me to get a library over here. And actually, Sterling Bay helped to pay for the library. So we're very excited about that, and we got that done.
Yeah.
So it's what we call in politics or government leverage. We used our leverage to help get that library built. So we're very excited about that, and the community really enjoy it. So guys, I want you, first of all, let's introduce the people to you guys, okay? So Alejandra,
Yes.
tell us who you are.
Okay, well, I'm Alejandra, born and raised here in Chicago. I started in the library system about 7 years ago. I started working on the STEAM team. So the STEAM team was a mayoral initiative where we went to schools all over Chicago and we presented programs based on STEM topics, but STEAM because we're adding in art, 'cause it's very important to keep the arts. So I used to travel all over, multiple times a day, going to these programs, seeing these kids. It was really awesome to be able to present these STEM programs. And from there, I became an adult librarian at the Bucktown Wicker Park Library.
So you grew up in the library, became an adult
You know,
librarian.
yeah, because I was working with kids, grew up, went to adults.
You was a kid librarian, you became an adult librarian.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have experience in every department because before I came to the system, I worked in the suburbs, and I was doing clerical stuff, I was doing teen stuff, so I have experience across the board. But after Bucktown, I was lucky enough to become branch manager here at the Mable Manning branch, and it's just been really amazing, and it's been fun, and I'm really lucky.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much
Thank
for coming on to
you.
the show. And Roy, tell us who Roy is, man.
My name is Roy Kinsey. I'm a librarian. I'm also a rapper, the Raprarian. My parents actually met in a library, in the big library when the big library was the cultural center downtown.
Wow.
So a cute, quick story is that when my mom was taking me to story times at Sulzer with the librarian there, she ended up being, when I went back to get my MLIS at Dominican University, she ended up being my professor for storytelling, actually. So it was a full circle moment. She started out, teaching, reading stories to me, and then by the time it was time to get my degree to become a librarian, she was teaching me how to, be a storyteller. So that's a really great thing. But I've been serving the West Side for the last 10 to 11 years. And I'm at the West Humboldt Park branch, and I love it. I love serving the West Side.
So fantastic. So what's an MLIS? Or what did you
It's
say?
your Master's in Library and Information Science.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fantastic. Good deal.
We all have
And,
to
and
have
you're a
them.
rapper.
And I'm
you're
a rapper.
Yeah. So what type of rap genre you rap in?
I have the range,
You got a range.
so I can do a lot.
You mix it up a little bit.
I
huh?
do. Somebody told me that I was like Pusha T with a heart. So,
Pusha T with the heart.
do you know Pusha T?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. You'll get it.
I'm gonna have to look that
You'll
up.
look him up. You'll see.
Pusha T with the heart. Okay, we'll check it out. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Fantastic. So you got some stuff on YouTube too?
Oh, I'm everywhere. I'm a
Right.
real rapper.
Oh, you the man. All right, good
Yeah, I'm on
deal.
YouTube. I'm on all of your streaming services. So yeah.
Fantastic. So that falls right in with some of the things that's happening at your library, and we'll talk about that
Absolutely.
in a moment.
Yeah.
All right. And so, Kendall?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm Kendall. I am not local to Chicago, so I grew up in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
And I went to undergrad in the Midwest. I got my MLIS from Simmons University in Boston, and my first library position was at Brooklyn Public Library. So I was a teen librarian, and I was promoted to assistant branch manager, and I moved to the Public Library of Hamilton and Cincinnati. About 3 years later, I was a branch manager there, and then my family just slowly started migrating to Chicago, and I realized, well, I want to be in Chicago too. So I started with CPL as a children's librarian in the fall of 2019, and then I became the branch manager at West Loop about a year and a half ago. And during that time, my entire family has moved to Chicago, which has been very exciting. And I love living in Chicago, and I especially love working at West Loop. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in that
Fantastic.
environment.
That's great. So that's amazing. So I'm sorry that we don't have the Near North Library here, because we would touch all parts of our ward.
Yeah.
We got a library near North, near
Near
West, West Loop, West Humboldt Park. You know what I'm saying? So, which is fantastic. So we all covered, man. There's no excuse for kids not to read, right? Or adults.
Yeah.
But so Alejandra.
Yes.
So tell us about Mable Manning Library. Tell us what's going on here. I mean, you new here, you fresh, you know, you feel in the neighborhood. Matter of fact, you just came to my office. That's why I said let's have this.
Sure did.
Let's have this show, because you know you like full of life, man, and we need to let people know what's going on here. So tell us what you got going on here.
All right, well, thank you. Yes, I am a go-getter, so I definitely came to your office and I was like, let's do this. So yes, I just started here in September of last year, so I will almost make a year here at Mable Manning. And Mable Manning has been open since December of 1994, so our 30th birthday will be next year. So I'm very excited to bring more of the Near West Side community into the library. We were closed for about a year and a half for renovations, and a lot of our patrons still think that we're closed. So we are open. We have a whole new design from what you saw before, and Mable Manning has been just, I love working here. It's really amazing. I love the patrons, and my staff is fantastic, and so we are able to put on more programs. And so we have events like we're doing a paint and sip. There's going to be
a paint and sip.
Paint and sip, yes.
What are you sipping?
Juice.
Oh, okay.
Juice will be provided.
All right.
It is the library.
All right. I don't want to, you know, people be pontificating about the different books here, right?
No.
Okay.
But we have programs for all ages, so we're able to cater to children. So we have bilingual story time. We have play groups with the Montessori school. We're actually partnering with them.
Who's that, Suter?
The Suter Montessori, yes. We are partnering with Caitlin. She does preschool.
Great.
And I am in talks right now, partnering with BMO Harris Bank for financial literacy for adults.
Fantastic.
We have an adult book club at the Midwest Coast Brewery that's right here on Walnut Street.
Right.
So definitely a lot of community engagement. We're going out to where the people are. We're meeting them there. The teens, we are, open hours. We have interns for the summer. So there's just a lot happening. It's really fun. June is going to have a lot because we're going to start the Summer Learning Challenge, and we have a lot of programs scheduled for that.
So explain the Summer Learning Challenge.
Okay. So the Summer Learning Challenge starts on June 10th, and it's actually a dual celebration for our 150th birthday. The entire Chicago library system turns 150, and June 10th is the kickoff for the Summer Learning Challenge and also our huge birthday party. So all branches, not just Mable Manning or RMD or West Loop, every 81 branches that we have in the neighborhood are going to do a birthday party. So we're all going to have different events, but we're all going to celebrate. So it's going to have a lot of things. And then throughout the Summer Learning Challenge, we'll have multiple events for adults, teens, and kids. For the kids, it's mainly read 500 minutes and then do something. They kind of kept it a little shorter.
Read 500 minutes.
You read 500 minutes, you get a prize, you get entered for raffles for even bigger prizes.
How many hours is that 500 minutes?
500 minutes? I don't know, divide by 60.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So you're a librarian, not a mathematician.
I'm not a mathematician. I'm so sorry. I'm not a math teacher.
Okay.
But yeah, and then the teens have a sort of a bingo setup, so their setup is different and the adults setup is different for the Summer Learning Challenge. But it's across the board, lots of events happening, lots of partnerships. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so maybe any of you all can chime in on this. So libraries have changed a little bit because of social media. What's the difference now in the library? Everybody used to be concerned about the Dewey Decimal System, and, right? And all of those things, right? See, that's how old I am, right? So what's the difference now in the library? Has things changed? I know folks coming here now to get on the internet and all of those things. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So the library now is more of a community space. So we really want to encourage all ages to come in and to just use the space in any way that they need. We provide so many resources. It's not just the books. We have all these events and these programs and these materials and technology that we're able to provide for patrons who might not be able to afford it, but also might not have thought that they might like something, and then we provide these opportunities to learn something new, and it just turns into something amazing for them. So we really want the area to be we're lifelong learners. That's in our mission. We want everyone to be welcome to every branch. You come in, we have the computers for technology, we have classes on how to learn and do your resume, we have U-Media spaces for the teens, which have 3D printers, silhouettes. We just got a Nintendo Switch, so we'll be doing some.
What's a Nintendo Switch?
It's a gaming system, so we'll be doing some programs with that for the children.
I'm like showing my age. Go ahead.
Yeah, and for children's, we're constantly improving the early literacy part of the programs that we do for children. So yeah, the library is more of a learning space. It's more of a sanctuary. We want everyone to be welcome and
you also have meeting spaces.
And we also have meeting spaces, so the community can request the meeting spaces 7 days in advance. You can request the meeting spaces, and they can be used for whatever you need. And it's a large space. We have a projector.
You have chairs.
We have chairs, tables, stands. Yes, and my library is small. Other libraries have other things. So if you guys want to talk about some of the great things that you have.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, in library school.
So hold on one moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right, but just tell people, where's Mable Manning
Yes,
Library?
I'm so sorry.
Right.
So Mable Manning is located at 6 South Hoyne. We are on the corner of Madison and Hoyne. We are right down the street from the United Center.
And right next door to the James Jordan Boys
And we are
Girls
right
Club.
next door to the Boys and Girls Club, the James Jordan. We're down the street from the actual Jordan High School. 2 minutes from the Suter Montessori, so we are very nicely located. But because there are a lot of parking lots around for the stadium, a lot of people kind of pass us, but we are open. We are here, 6 South Hoyne, and we're open 7 days a week. All the libraries are open 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. So Roy, you all told us about yourselves, right? So tell us about what's happening at your library and where your library is.
We are located at 733 North Kinsey. We're in the West Humboldt Park neighborhood, so that's on Chicago and Kinsey, right across the street from Kells Park. And we're a hidden gem, right? A lot of people don't know that we're there, so they come in, they see this really beautiful library, they see our really wonderful and relevant collection of books and different type of materials, and they just can't believe that we're there. But one of the more important things is that, a community or a library is only as good as its community. And so a lot of our community informs our collection, and it also informs a lot of the programming that we do as librarians. So I'm the adult librarian there, but we also have a children's librarian and a teen librarian. Our children's librarian is offering things like story times twice weekly. Our teen librarian is doing really, really great programming. I think they have some candle making classes coming up this summer, which is really great. One of the things that I do as an adult librarian is we have a partnership with Yoga Collective Co-op, which their mission is to bring free yoga classes to neighborhoods like ours and to make it more accessible, because we know that yoga could be extremely expensive, getting a yoga membership, working out, just accessing that peace and that calm. So we've had a partnership with them for the last 18 months, where the first Saturday of every month they come and they do a free yoga session from 10 to 11.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So we're doing that. We just started a program with the local herbalists in our neighborhood, and so the second Thursday of every month, we're just kind of creating fellowship.
So what does the local herbalist do?
We talk about herbs. We talk about native herbs. We talk about the healing properties. We're plant friends, is what we call it. We're the plant friends of Chicago. But we talk about the healing properties and the healing properties of plants and it's a really great way for us to build conversation, to learn more about plant medicine and holistic medicine, and just to really kind of like be together.
Yeah, and that's interesting because you're not too far from the a conservatory.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
That's great. I wonder who is the local herbalist?
Urban Growers Collective. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's great. So you also have new media.
U-Media.
U-Media.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a U-Media. It's a 21st century digital learning lab, and most of the branches that you visit will have one, but people like Chance the Rapper, who's celebrating their 10-year anniversary of acid rap, recorded their first album at U-Media here at Washington Library, right? So that's just kind of one of the possibilities of the things that we can offer, right? We're moving into a space that is interest-based, and so we're really trying to encourage kids to find what their interests are and know that they can have careers in those different fields.
Right. And so you also have a 3D.
We have 3D printing.
3D printing.
Yeah.
Right. So you have it also?
Yes.
Same thing, 3D printing. So explain 3D printing for someone who may not even know what 3D printing is. just assuming that somebody may be watching and don't know what 3D printing is. Right?
Sure. So 3D printer is a machine that you can mold different things. Like you use a material that material heats up, and then it'll print things like skulls or cups or book holders, literally anything. You just have to use a specific program that models that, and then you would ask the 3D printer to print it and design it.
It can take hours.
I wish I had a better explanation, but that's pretty much what it is that you can print things in 3D, and there's really no limit to what you can print and what you can design.
Right, so you can put something in a computer, a picture in a computer, and it'll come out as a whole object.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it also depends on what you make. So if you're making something large, every piece will be printed, and then you have to put it together. But the software is really great because it kind of forces you to use STEM knowledge. Like you have to know the math, you have to understand how. Here's a grid, but how is it actually going to come out printed? Like how big is it going to be? How small? So it's a really great tool.
So it gives the young people an opportunity to really become creative, but also creatively learn more. And exercise their knowledge.
We actually use our 3D printer and our U-Media space in partnership with the Suter Montessori. We have the tweens come once a week. Tweens, like 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
7, 8th graders, 6, 7, and 8th graders.
Yeah.
And they come and they learn the different technology and they create something because at the end they want to be able to be like entrepreneurs with what they make. So it's a digital learning.
So they want to get their hustle on.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right, legal hustle on. Yeah, that's great. So tell me, y'all have anything coming up in June, July over at the library at Richard M. Daley Library?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have our birthday party, our 150th birthday party on June 10th. So we'll be having music, crafts, games, just a huge celebration. But we're also bringing back our community cinema programming, which is so we have free movies at the library in June. Yeah, June will be.
What type of movies? Anything hot, man? Anything good?
So in June we'll be showing. I can't say what we're showing.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise, but yeah, there's some really great.
You almost gave it up.
I almost gave it up. It's on the calendar, but no, feature films.
Okay.
Feature films, great films.
Feature film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, 22,
So not only
23
do we
releases.
do we have movies in the park? We have movies in the library.
Absolutely, yeah. And we'll be
That's
doing
pretty
3 to
good.
4 every month.
Is it going to be popcorn too? And
I always provide popcorn and refreshments for always.
all right. So somebody can take somebody on a date at the library and it won't cost them anything.
Won't cost anything.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, that is smart. Cause man, the show costs you a bank. Man. It costs you a grip now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you walk out of there, you better spend $50 easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
cool.
if you get popcorn
Yes.
too.
If you get popcorn too. That's pretty good. All right, fantastic. So, so Kendall,
Yeah.
so why don't you tell us what's happening over at your library? Oh, hold on. You have a meeting space too, right?
We absolutely have a meeting space, yeah. And we do an open mic actually in that meeting space. That's where we do yoga, but we also do an open mic the fourth Thursday of every month.
Open mic.
Yeah, so people can come. You can come and perform your album.
Okay. All right. So people can come and perform whatever, right? So not just any certain type of genre, right?
No,
it can
no,
be
no.
rap,
Anybody-
it can be
anybody with
jazz,
the
it can
talent.
be blues, it can be opera,
Can
whatever.
it be like poetry
Absolutely,
as well?
yeah.
So it'd be
everything,
almost like
yeah.
a talent show, huh?
It's called the Hidden Talents Open Mic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, we need to make sure our seniors know about that. You know how
yeah.
many talented seniors we have in the city who've
Bring 'em by,
done
please.
some of everything,
Yeah.
right? That people don't even know about. They sleep on senior citizens, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've done
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. That's good to know. See, I didn't even know that. Open mic, when is that?
That's the 4th Thursday of every month.
4th Thursday of every month. What time?
It's from 6 to 7:45.
Okay, in the evening time.
Yep.
That's pretty good. And you all have, so you have parking over there.
We do have a parking
You
lot.
have a parking lot, right. So unlike these two, you don't have parking lots, right?
I have a, we
have a
have a
parking
parking
lot.
You
lot.
have a parking
right
lot?
next
You have a
door.
parking lot?
No, we could talk about that.
Okay.
She's like, I'm glad you brought that up, actually.
No, and actually the street has a lot of parking as
A
well.
lot of parking on the street. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So Kendall, tell us what you got going on. You're the newest library
Yes, we
in the
are.
neighborhood. Probably one of the biggest ones in the neighborhood, I think.
So West Loop, we're at 122 North Aberdeen, so we're at Randolph and Aberdeen, just right around the corner from Hamburger University. So if you go to the International McDonald's and you want to read a book, just mosey on down and we're right around the corner. We opened in the beginning of 2019. We are physically a very large branch, but a lot of that space is dedicated to meeting room and study room space. So our collection is a little bit slightly smaller to accommodate the meeting rooms, the study rooms, and then we've got a very large U-Media as well for our tweens and teens. But it's a beautiful space. Like everyone, we closed for a little bit there during COVID. We opened to a lot of fanfare, and then I think, post-pandemic,
What you mean when you say you open to a lot of fanfare?
people were really excited about the West Loop Library.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of foot traffic.
Right.
As I'm sure you know, that neighborhood has a lot of families with young children. So we have a lot of programming for little ones. Starting in June, every Wednesday we will have a toddler story time, and then on Thursdays we do a baby read and sign story time. They're really popular. They always book up fast, so if anyone wants to attend, we recommend visiting the website, shypublib.org/westloop for our branch, and register for those events. We have an open play on Fridays, so for
Open play.
Open play, yeah. So our children's floor, we have toys that we kind of keep in storage during the week, and then on Fridays, we just pull them out, and it's a free-for-all for the little ones and their parents. So we had it earlier today, we had 110 people in attendance. So it's incredibly popular, and it's been a really nice way kind of to build community within the space. So not only are like the little ones interacting with one another, but we've noticed that a lot of caretakers have also, built friendships because of the offerings that we have for the children at the branch, which has been really great to see. But we're not wholly children focused. We've been working really closely with Skinner Elementary and Bennett Day School in the neighborhood to try and bring in some tweens and teens. We've opened up our U Media, so our U Media is open Mondays and Tuesdays from 4 to 5:30, and we've got a great group of tweens and teens coming in. They're 3D printing, they're making t-shirts, they're having a really great time.
So they can make t-shirts on 3D printing?
Well, they're making separate things with the 3D printer, and then they're using our vinyl cutter to cut out designs and then iron them onto t-shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can make
So
up
they
their
bring
own.
their own t-shirts?
No, we provide all the material.
So you provide them with t-shirts?
Yes. So we have been provided funding through the Chicago Public Library Foundation, and through that funding we're able to provide all these materials. So we've noticed that the people that are coming into our U Media, they like making t-shirts and they like doing this sort of thing, so we prioritize budgeting for that. So when they come in, they can do what they want to do, which has been really great. And then for our adults, we've had at the first Thursday of every month, we do a DIY, just like little mini canvas painting workshop.
DIY.
Do it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, a do-it-yourself canvas painting workshop. So everyone gets a little canvas that's like this big, and everyone just kind of hangs out, people chat, and just do a little painting. And that's been really popular with our adults.
So is there any painting instructions or no?
We've kind of just let people do what they want to do. We give them all
Okay.
the material, and they've really seemed to run with like how informal it is. They seem to prefer that, though I have been looking and I'm hoping that maybe we could bring in, I'm not an artist, but I'm hoping that we could bring in some local artists to do some more cohesive like art teaching to adults.
Yeah, I would imagine in that
Yeah.
neighborhood you probably
Oh,
have
yeah.
some artists. There's a
Oh, yeah.
lot of galleries over there.
Yeah. So that's an idea that I have had in the back of my head, but it's a great space. We get a lot of people that are coming in who, traditionally work from home and they're just working in the library. So our study rooms are regularly booked, and then our meeting room is booked quite frequently too.
So you have how many study rooms upstairs?
We have 4 study rooms.
So the study rooms are like private rooms where
Yep.
they can close the door and be in there.
Yes.
So if somebody wanted to have a meeting with someone,
Yeah.
they can have a meeting in the library.
Absolutely.
So it can be like a meeting place.
Absolutely. People are regularly having meetings in there. We have people that book them to take tests. If they're working on something for school, they'll let us know. And we've got some rooms that are maybe a little bit more soundproof than others. So I always just ask, like, if you need it for a specific reason, like you are taking a test, just, let one of us know when you come into the branch to check in, and maybe we can move some things around so you can be in a study room that's more suited for your needs.
So they take tests.
Yeah.
What you mean, like self-tests?
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the-
people
on
will
the
come in with their
internet.
laptops
Yeah.
and they're going through their schooling, and they'll have, well, right now I guess it's around the time of final exams, but they'll be doing their final exams and they'll just need like a quiet place to work. So
Yeah.
they'll use the study rooms for that.
Fantastic. And
Yeah, it's great.
that probably was very, during COVID, that probably was very useful.
Well, unfortunately during COVID they were shut down for a bit, and then when I came back, when I started the branch about 1.5 years ago, I really kind of pushed for them to be open again, because it was clear that we needed more spaces for people to be within the branch. And since then, I mean, they're booked pretty regularly throughout the week. They're a very popular attraction, especially in West Loop.
Great. And then, so you have a meeting room,
Yes.
and that meeting room can fill about how many people?
Our meeting room can house 80 people.
80 people, your meeting room?
45.
45.
45, okay, fantastic. So decent meeting rooms to have meetings
Oh,
in.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and I've been at meetings at each one of
Yeah.
these places. Yeah, they tend to. So you don't need to have a whole bunch of meetings, okay? Because I go to so many. But that's fantastic. So I think this is very exciting that you guys have all these things going on at your library. So we was talking about parking over there. Where do people park when they come to your library? I know a lot of people end up walking over there because you have a busy neighborhood,
Yeah,
and
so
it's mostly
that,
you don't have a lot of people coming from outside. You mostly have people from the neighborhood, right?
For the most part, but our story times are so popular that people that live in West Loop have been recommending them to their friends. So we do have we've had to start sending emails to registrants, just letting them know, like, if you're new to the West Loop area, you might want to give yourself like 15 minutes for parking, because as everyone knows, parking's it's tight in West Loop. It's hard to find parking, but we do, a lot of patrons, we have a big rush right around the time that, the traditional work day ends. So we'll get a big rush after 5, when we'll be really quiet, and then there's a massive swarm of people that are coming in to pick up their holds, check out books, or parents are picking
to pick up their what?
Their holds, so items like material
Their holds?
Yeah.
Stuff that you've been holding for them?
Yes.
Yes, from
Okay.
other libraries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You're catching
I'm
me
not
on all
up
these
on your
things.
jargon, man.
I know. That was
No,
my
but that's
mistake.
great, yeah, because we connect to all 81 branches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you can get stuff from another library at your
Yeah.
library because you get it delivered there and hold it for them.
Yeah,
From
absolutely.
your phone. So yeah, you
You
can
can
use.
do it from your phone.
You do it from
Yeah,
your
you
phone.
can use
See,
the
I didn't
Chicago
know
Public
that.
Library app. You can choose your pickup location, and then you can just go in and pick up your books.
Is that right?
Yeah.
See, look at
you
that.
just log into your account online, shypublib.org.
All right, so now to have a library account, to be a member of the library, you have an account on a computer, and you can just order things on your account.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes,
Wow.
you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just request it, like Roy said. You select your pickup, because it might be, your library is Mable Manning, but you're actually, for the next week, you're going to be in like West Loop for some reason, and you can select to pick it up there instead.
So why don't you tell us, where is the West Loop Library?
We're at 122 North Aberdeen.
Okay, so that's between Washington and Randolph on Aberdeen, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So let's just back up, okay? Because me personally, I probably need to go to the library more, but I
Please
haven't
do.
been in a while. And when my son was small, we used to come here because
Yeah.
it's close to my home. So and we had got him a membership. He's now 27, so that's a long time ago.
He can still have a library card.
I understand. he probably still has his card, but so tell me, let's back up and let's tell people who don't have a membership.
Sure.
How do you get a membership to the library? How do you go through that process? What's the deal?
Sure. Do you want? Oh.
Well,
Anybody?
it's easy for anybody. You just have to be a Chicago resident. So you would just be providing a piece of mail or an ID with your current Chicago address. However, we just started a 81 club with teens where they don't have to really show the things that they would have to show before. So they can just come in with a school ID, and we would give them a specific teen card, and they can come in and check out up to 5 items.
Yeah, it's a little
they-
more limited, but
So they get a card, they can check out 5 items.
Yeah.
So it used to be if you didn't turn your books back in, you had to pay some money or something like
no,
that?
we're fine free.
Fine free now?
We're fine free.
Yeah. So we've gone fineless.
Yeah, we've gone fineless.
You're fineless too?
You do have to
Oh,
return.
anyone
You do have to
branches.
return your books.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
So they
not
will
saying
still-
just come and get them and keep them, right?
You won't be charged a late
Yes.
fee, but
You
if
won't
the
be
book
charged
isn't
a late fee.
returned,
You'll
you
be
can
charged a replacement.
Yeah, so you'll get up to 15 renewals automatically with every library card. If that book is not on hold, it'll renew 15 times.
Yeah, so back in the day, man, not only did people used to get books, but they used to get like videos,
We still got videos.
CDs, and
Yeah,
you
we
know.
still got CDs,
You still-
movies.
Is that right?
We have audiobooks.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So audiobooks. So how do you have audiobooks? I mean, what, they go on the computer and you go into your library membership and you just press
There's
for
different
audiobook?
kinds.
There's 2, so we have physical audio
Wait a minute,
books.
because I'm paying for audiobooks right now.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Use the library.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we have.
Oh, now y'all getting ready to put them out of business, man.
We have software, Hoopla,
Hoopla.
and Libby. So those are the apps that we have through the Chicago Public Library.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm paying all that money every month.
I tell you, we have a lot of resources, electronically and physically.
Man, I'm sleeping.
But yes, I'm sorry, I cut you off for the
explain- Go ahead and
audiobooks.
explain how
Yeah,
you do
so
it.
we have physical copies of audiobooks. So if you're still putting them in a CD player, if you want to listen to them in your car, you can check them out that way. Or if you have access to the shypublib.org website, and then you just log in with your library card and your PIN number, which is usually your zip code, and you are able to check out audiobooks and listen to them digitally.
Yeah,
so
on
then
your
you can listen to them through your phone or your iPad or whatever your device is.
Man.
We also still have playaways. So that's a different kind of thing.
Playaways.
Yeah, so it's really a lot more for the children, but it's like a little device like this big, and you can just plug in your headphones and listen to the book.
Okay, playaways. Okay, fantastic, man. Look at this. I'm learning so much, man. This is great.
Glad.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's good. So on average, how many people come into the library? So I know a lot of people just come to libraries to chill, right? They come and read, listen to something,
Study.
or look at a video. They can look at videos on the computers.
If they can stream it, we don't have CD players.
No, you don't have CD players, but they can like.
If they want to stream it, yeah, they can log on to. They could do YouTube, Facebook, to watch whatever they'd like to watch.
So if folks don't have their own computers, or if they don't have Wi-Fi at home,
Right.
hopefully they do, but if they don't, they can come here and study.
Yeah,
They can come
absolutely.
here and look at stuff. They
Yeah.
can come here and do research.
And actually, some of our libraries do have Wi-Fi hotspots for
Yeah.
checkout.
And we're one of them. So the Richard M. Daley branch has Wi-Fi hotspots that you can come and check out with your library card.
Okay, so explain that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, so,
So-
let's say
so
let's
let's-
say people don't know what a Wi-Fi hotspot is.
Sure.
Right.
If people don't have internet or Wi-Fi at home, they can come to the library, use their library card, and they can check out a little device that would then allow them for 3 weeks to have Wi-Fi, and then they can connect their devices at home, whether it be a laptop, a tablet, or a phone, and then they'll have internet access.
So tell me this: how many things can get connected to that Wi-Fi hotspot?
Oh,
That's a good question.
yes. Unsure. We can get back to you on that.
Yeah.
All right, because I was just thinking like campaigns, we get Wi-Fi hotspots.
Yeah.
So folks can make calls and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a popular thing at our
Really?
branch.
See, I
yeah.
didn't know
it's a
that.
really yeah.
Look
It's
at all
another
this-
way
and
to
it's
provide
really
access for
yeah.
everybody.
Look at all this stuff I'm learning. man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the library's not just books.
People connected.
Yeah, so you all are so advanced, you know, it's just not paperback anymore.
Oh no.
No, we have to adapt. Like the world is changing, so libraries, because we cater to our communities, to our people, we also have to adapt and be flexible with how we're all growing.
So tell us, what do you have coming up in June or later at your library?
Absolutely. So I mentioned our story time. We have a bilingual story time on June 10th, which we're really excited for. That's at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then a few days later on the 15th, we have Max Grinnell visiting. He's a local historian and he's doing a walking tour of West Loop. That'll be at 1 o'clock, which will be, I'm wondering if there's a way that I can step away and attend because it sounds really interesting.
It does.
And then we're going to just be continuing doing a lot of crafting programs for adults throughout the summer, and then continuing with opening up our sound studio for our teens. We've got a group of teens right now who really want to start their own podcast, and
Really?
so we're trying to figure out a best time to keep the sound studio open that accommodates their summer schedule, so that we can make sure that happens by the end of the summer. So we have a lot going on for little ones, our story times, Wednesday, Thursdays, and our open play. It'll be really exciting.
Fantastic. So you guys said that all of you all are open 7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
So what are your hours? Do you all have different hours?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with Mable Manning.
Okay, so Mable Manning, Mondays and Wednesdays, we are open 12 to 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are open 10 to 6 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 9 to 5 p.m. and Sundays, 1 to 5 p.m. I will say for the libraries, we all have the same Saturday and Sunday hours.
Okay.
Minus
Fridays as well.
regionals.
Yeah. Yeah, and so since you're our sister branch,
Yeah.
if somebody like her branch closes at 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's our late day, right? And so we'll be open. Our late days are 12 to 8 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays and Wednesdays we're 10 to 6. Fridays 9 to 5. Saturdays 9 to 5, and Sundays 1 to 5.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, and we're the same as y'all. So Mondays and Wednesdays we are 10 to 6, Tuesdays, Thursdays 12 to 8, Friday, Saturday 9 to 5, and then Sunday 1 to 5.
Fantastic. So
Yeah.
that's great. So that's pretty good for people to be able to take advantage of all this stuff. But at the same time, they can still go on the website,
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
right?
Yeah.
So electronically, they can still do a lot of things.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we have a lot of online resources that your library card gives you access to.
So I gotta update my library card,
Yeah.
man. It's like, man, I'm missing out, man, paying all this
Yeah.
money for the audiobooks, man. It's like I'm cheating myself.
Yeah,
He said, yeah.
you are. You are.
That's
Because
so
we provide so
funny.
much for free.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So this is going to be a great summer
Yes.
coming up. A lot of great things are happening. So do any of you all do anything outside? I know that, at one time they were trying to do a lot of outdoor library stuff, things. You know what I'm talking about? What were
Yes.
they calling those? Library gardens or something like that?
That's now, I don't recognize that term.
The state was trying to do it at one time.
okay.
Yeah, the state was trying to do it here in Chicago. though.
Oh, okay.
But do you all do anything outside?
Yeah, we do outreach. So we go out into the community, and depending on what it is, if it's like a back to school event,
Yeah.
if it's like a farmer's market, we set up a table and we provide information on what the library is offering, what we're currently having at our specific branches. Depending on what the event is, we'll also have some type of craft or little reading program, something for the parents, the kids, the people to come and see and interact with.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned Suter. You mentioned another school. What about Brown and Det School? Do they
Yeah,
come
actually,
over here too?
Det comes here a lot. They come here for some of our story times because we have in-person story time on Thursdays. We also do
So
library.
what happened at story time? Somebody come here and tell stories?
Oh, our children's librarian presents the
story.
stories. It's books, songs, games, activities, and on Saturdays, about 2 Saturdays a month, is where we partner with Suter Montessori, and we have a play group. So that's when we open up our toys, and everyone comes and does that after the story time.
And then you're over in West Humboldt Park, so you do Morton, you do Polaris, you do
Exactly.
Lower Ward. Is it
Lower Ward.
Lower Ward.
Some of the high schools, or Westinghouse,
Straight. Or in Westinghouse coming. I would have thought
Shy Arts.
Shy Arts. I would have thought that Westinghouse had their own library in there, being a newer building. No.
They have a great librarian, a great librarian as well, but we were having a lot of students to come by,
After they
especially for the
close
open
up.
mics. Yeah, the Kelly Hall YMCA, they would have an after school program with After School Matters. So they would come for Spoken Word Academy. So
Spoken
we have,
Word Academy.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet you loving that spoken word stuff, right? Yeah,
I do.
Being a rapper, yeah.
Yeah, I love when people are able to use their voices, and I think the library is the perfect place to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And then how about you? So I know you deal with Skinner,
Yeah.
and there's a Montessori school over there.
Yep, there's Guidepost Montessori.
And then then there's another Montessori going to open up, and just a heads up.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay.
Thank you for the heads up.
And then, right next to it. And then, I don't know if you know, there's artistic school across the street from Skinner.
Yes.
You may want to check them out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Whitney Young.
Yeah, Whitney Young.
And
But Whitney
Bennett.
Young kind of got their own library, right?
For sure, and so does Skinner. They've got fantastic librarians and libraries, but we still like to just go and let the kids know what's going on. We also do, all three of us, we also have close relationships with the Parks District. So, for instance, I went to Union Park a couple weeks ago with Manning's Children's Librarian, Veronica, and we went to a Chicago Moves event there. It was like a field day, so we spoke to over 100 kids. They made buttons using a button maker. We talked about the library. They won some freebies, and over the course of the summer, we work really closely with the Union Park and Skinner Park day camps. So they'll come to the library, we'll do some story times depending on the age range, or we'll put together a craft for the kids to do. So we work really closely with our local parks as well, which has been really rewarding.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you all hire for the summer too.
Yes, we are connecting with After School Matters.
Yes.
We're hiring the teens as interns.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So we got about 10 minutes left. You believe
Okay.
that? Yeah, time just
Wow,
flies.
time
doesn't it?
flew.
Yeah, so it's about maybe less than 10 minutes now. So is there anything you want to say to the audience before we check off?
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes. Okay, definitely. Our Summer Learning Challenge is going to be huge. It's going to be super fun. We are going to have so many programs. Manning itself is having scales and tails, so we're going to have like reptiles. We're doing stuntology.
Reptiles are going to be here?
Yes. for those who really enjoy reptiles.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we are partnering with a lot of people. We're blessed to have been able to choose some presenters to come out and really perform, but also educate all members of the public on just these really, really cool things for the summer. Also want to plug our annual report, which will provide even more information on the library and everything that we do and all the communities that we serve, and more like numbers if you're a mathematician for that. And that's at chipublib.org/annual-report, I believe. So you can see more about that. But yes, Mable Manning is open. Mable Manning is doing a bunch of programming and events. We are out in the community, and please just come in and we can tell you even more about everything that we have to offer.
Fantastic, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
so
you.
if they wanna just find out more, you have a website.
Yes,
And that's
chipublib.org. So it's chipublib.org. So the first three letters of Chicago Public Library.
Yeah, and then you look for Mable Manning.
You can look for Mable Manning. You can look for RMD, West Loop.
Oh, so y'all have the same website.
Yes, we all
Yeah.
have the same website. You can filter by location. You can filter by age group for events. The website also gives you access to literally everything. I also wanted to say for library cards, if you don't want to get a physical one, you can get an e-card, and that gives you access to all the online resources too.
Fantastic. Audiobooks.
Audiobooks, movies and magazines and DVDs.
Movies too? Wow, okay, go for it. All right.
Our Cyber Navigator program is back, which is a digital assistant, pretty much. Somebody that can help people build their resumes and also access different jobs. Anything from basic computer skills to navigating the web, learning how to find housing, learning how to find employment. We have a Cyber Navigator in-house on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. His name is Mike, he's great. We also have somebody from ICNC who also helps with resumes and small businesses. And I'm excited to talk about a partnership that we have with a local record pressing plant called Smashed Plastic. So we'll have a record collection at our branch as well, where people can come in and they can check out vinyl records and play them at home. And they're donating their records. They're donating 2 of their records to the West Side, so we'll have our own record collection, but they'll also be donating 1 for the Harold Washington record collection as well.
Fantastic.
Cool.
So do you got a DJ to scratch? And, all right. Go ahead real quick, because we got a few more minutes.
Absolutely. So at West Loop, I talked a lot about the programs. One thing I didn't mention is West Loop has a ton of readers. So we have a lot of people coming in to check out books and to meet the need of our community. I just wanted to highlight, we've created romance collections. We have a lot of romance readers. We have a lot of graphic novel readers for adults. So we've pulled out those collections and expanded upon them. And we've also made a superhero collection and a pop-up book collection for our kids because they've been asking for those materials. So if you're in the West Loop and you want to read something specific and we don't have it, come stop by and let us know, because most likely within a couple months you might see that on the shelf, which is really exciting.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you all for coming on the show.
Thank
We'd
you.
like to thank Alejandra Santana from Mable Manning Branch Library, Roy Kinsey from Daley, Richard M. Daley Branch Library,
You got it.
and Kendall
Kidder.
Kidder.
Yeah, like I'm a jokester.
Kendall Kidder.
Yeah. Goshorn.
Goshorn,
Yeah.
from the West Loop Branch Library. Thank you all very much. I just want to say thank you all for
you.
Yeah.
making a commitment, right? Going to school and getting degrees and master degrees and being a librarian to serve people, right? Thank you all very much for that public service and that commitment to our community. We really appreciate that. That's a big deal. You know,
Yes.
you commit you're not trying to make a whole bunch of money. You just want to help people and and help people enhance themselves and grow. Right? Well, some librarians do very well, but I don't know how much y'all make. I can look it up. I can look it up. But anyway, but y'all not trying to be millionaires. You know what I'm saying? So God bless you all for
Thank you very
being
much.
committed,
Thank you.
committed to our community and to the people in the city of Chicago. And we're so blessed in the 27th Ward to have your 3 libraries, but also the Near North Library over in the Near North Side. They
Yes.
have some of the same great things going on in the community. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alderman Walter Burnett. I want to sign off. Thank you very much for watching Network 27. I want to thank all of the people who helped us to put this program together. We really appreciate it. And also, guys, don't forget, check on the city website for the Central Area Plan and try to get more young people involved. Maybe we need to connect the Central Area Plan with our libraries so folks can get involved. Look on the website, look at the meetings, and get some input on some of the changes and growth that we want to happen in the central area of the city of Chicago. God bless you all. We're signing off. Thank you again for watching Network 27.
Thank you.